Hi, my name is Patrick O'Brien. I'm a partner with Ditchley Law, and we're here to discuss reckless driving by speed. You or a loved one may have been charged with reckless driving, and you may have some questions, and that's what this video is for, just to provide some quick answers on that. So, primary question, what is reckless driving? Well, in the Commonwealth of Virginia, if you are observed driving in excess of 85 miles per hour, or 20 miles or more above the posted speed limit, you can be charged with reckless driving by speed. Why is that a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because reckless driving by speed in Virginia, that's a Class 1 misdemeanor. That carries with it the potential of punishment of up to $2,500, jail time of up to 12 months, and because of the type of offense this is, a license suspension. Now, before you freak out, just know this is very unlikely. Jail time, heavy fines, license suspension, not very common in reckless driving cases. For the most part, they're glorified speeding tickets. But it is a Class 1 misdemeanor, so you have to be sure that you do whatever you can to get this case removed from that territory, down to a speeding ticket, or potentially dismissed. So how do we do that? How do we accomplish getting you in the best possible outcome in a case like this? Well, the first thing we're going to do is make sure the Commonwealth can prove its case. We're going to look and see how they measure your speed, whether it was LiDAR or radar. And we're going to make sure that the device they used was calibrated properly, that it was done within the proper time window, and we're going to make sure it was tested before and after their shift. We're also going to ask you to come prepared to court. And the way that we talk about coming to court prepared, it means bringing mitigation evidence. What we're trying to do is provide evidence to the court that this was an honest mistake and that it will never happen again. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we'll ask you to do is the DMV has a number of courses called driver improvement courses. And they're classes that are 8 hours long or 4 hours long, and they provide a strong basis for the court and the officer to see that you've went about learning from this experience, which is what they want. The other thing we're going to do is ask you to calibration of your vehicle. Sometimes your speedometer can be off. It can be off 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour. And when a speedometer is off that much, it can be really important to determining what your culpability in a case like this is. For example, you may think you're traveling 65 miles an hour, but you're really going 70. Hugely important in a case like this. The last thing we may ask you to do is community service. And that really depends on the type of case, how serious the case is. It's not going to be necessary for all cases, but the more problematic the case is, the more likely it is that we're going to ask you to do some community service. Because we want to show the court that you took this seriously and you want to make amends. Where do these cases get more complicated? Where do they get more stressful? Well, if you have what we refer to as a problematic driving record, if you've been convicted of speeding 2 or 3 times in the last couple of years, well, that's going to be problematic because the court's going to sit there and say, he hasn't been learning from his experiences, he's still driving too fast. That's why we're going to need to show that you've turned the page. The other time that it can be really problematic is when your speed gets into the 90s. If it gets into the triple digits, really bad. That's where, in all frankness, jail time becomes a real possibility. So that's why it is really important that anytime you get charged with reckless driving, whether it be on the lighter side of the cases or more serious type of cases, you contact an attorney because they're going to put you in the best possible position to either not serve any jail time or get the case reduced from a reckless driving down to a speeding ticket, or maybe even better, maybe even dismissed. So, after watching this video, if you have any questions, please give us a call here at Ditchley Law. We'll be glad to help sort you out and get you on the path to the best possible outcome in your case. Thank you.